subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right. Well, waiting on today.
Hello.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Tariq?
What's up? Man?
How are
How
you?
are you, Joe?
I'm doing good, sir.
Joe, can you speak up a little bit, brother? Do you have on a headpiece or something?
Hello?
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Much better. Much better. Much better.
Yes.
So, what's on your mind, Joe?
I think all this come from because I think Black American just let anybody just copy them and accept everybody. I mean, it can be any white person who just maybe let's say dance and just black people will just accept them as black. Oh, you can come to the cookout and it's like you don't gatekeep your culture. So I think what you are doing right now is good because now you are keeping your culture.
Yes, indeed. Now,
Because
Joe, where part of Africa are you from, brother?
Congo,
Congo. There you go, my brother. I appreciate you, Joe. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get Fupo.
Hey, can you hear me, Tariq?
Yeah, I can hear you, Fupo. How are you?
Oh man, I'm so happy to be talking to you right now. I've been waiting in your queues for a long time, but
There it is. Now, where you from, Fupo?
oh man, it's late right now. I'm in Atlanta right now. It's almost 3 in the morning.
Oh, wow. How long you been out there in Atlanta?
Oh, my whole life.
Okay, cool. So, what's on your mind, brother? Now, you're a Caucasian gentleman, right?
Yeah, I had. How could you tell that?
Oh man,
You
I hear Rice Krispie treats baking in the back.
know, yeah. Well, I picked up your term, Mayo Babble. I thought it was funny because my surname is actually Mayo. It's Irish.
Hilarious. Man, so what's on your mind tonight, brother?
I might ask you one or two questions. I am actually ecstatic to hear that you might be working on another buck breaking documentary.
Yes.
Because me and my brother, he's actually in the room with me. We got one of our friends. We watched the movie. We thought it was spectacular. Actually, we still had 30 minutes left, but
Oh wow.
I thought it was great.
Oh yeah. We going in, man. We're going in on that culture. It's real heavy. Yes, indeed. So what else is happening, brother?
Well, I just got out of college, and it's actually quite interesting because your documentary sort of reminded me about the weird. I sort of went to a pseudo Ivy school in Virginia, and then I also went to school in Scotland, and I got taught a lot of weird stuff. I had a lot of Black history classes. I had a Black professor who was really gay, and he had a lot of very interesting opinions, and I certainly think there might be a little crossover between your terminology and ideas and his, but listening to you, I feel you're sort of, what do you call it, a sect of your own. Some of your terminology I don't quite understand even after listening to you quite a while. Like I'm not quite sure the distinction between a tether, an FBA, and I heard another one. Is it a mindset thing?
Yeah, when we talk about a person being a tether, that's somebody who comes over and basically tries to cosplay as us or undermine us to a certain degree, or a person who has a negative disposition about our lineage. But a tether doesn't mean a person is an immigrant per se. Just because they're an immigrant, that doesn't make them a tether. So we're very clear on what those terms mean. All right, let's get 32 pimpin' coins. All right, 32 pimpin' coins. What's going on with you, pimpin' coins?
What up, Tariq? Hey man, I appreciate you letting me up. I just wanted to find out like what's up with Fat Joe? Like what makes him think that he could even have it? See, the thing is people be sleeping on you. They don't even know. But at the same time, like how could a like Fat Joe that's irrelevant even speak to somebody like you to actually have a following? I'm just confused with the whole situation.
Yeah, well, yeah, Fat Joe has to say little reckless stuff now to really get relevance. He has to say little reckless stuff. So, that's the interesting thing. And he knows, they know what's up. Listen, man, people know that the black grassroots, foundational black American grassroots, we had the damn Democrat Party crash out and people feel a certain way about it. So, all of these folks, we're going to see a lot of people connected with the Democrats going out of their way to denigrate us as a lineage. We're going to see a lot of that stuff. All right. Let's get J Duh. J Duh. What's up, Jay?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, Jay. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. I was wondering, well, I guess the name kicked me off, and I don't know, you guys, what do you guys think about like Bitcoin and stuff? Because I know a lot of like minorities and such are making a decent amount of money off of it. Well, like, what do you guys think about it? Like, as general, like, like, what do you think about it personally?
It's good. I mean, there's a lot of people. I wish I had gotten on it early on. It was a brother, a white gentleman named Max Kaiser. I was on his show when I went out to the UK. Max is from here, but he had a show in the UK when I was able to go out there. And this was 2000, what, 13, 14, something like that. And he was really, really trying to get me on Bitcoin, telling me how it was going to blow up. And I just kind of dismissed him. And now that shit is blown up, and I feel like kicking myself. But it is what it is. But yeah, we rock with Bitcoin. We rock with the new technology and cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of us into it. So we don't have a problem with it. Let's get Ty Bay in the building. Ty Bay,
Hey, what's happening with you?
what's up, Ty? How are you?
I'm well. Yeah. So I was wondering, what do you think about Noble Drew Ali? I know you do quite a bit of studying with a lot of your documentaries.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, like, how do you feel about quote unquote black people, or how you put it, FBA claiming their actual nationality?
Yeah. Thing is, the nationality they're trying to say are part of the Moroccan Empire. And we're not Moroccan Empire. And over there in Morocco, they don't recognize us as their citizens. And the Moroccan Empire ain't even popping no more like that. So we got to be very real and practical.
Yeah, so I don't think it's about being from the Moroccan Empire per se, as in from Morocco, like the what is it, the Western African place. I think it's claiming Morocco is actually here in America. Well, what we know as America.
Yeah, and that don't really fly, because this Morocco is not America. Morocco is in Morocco. It's North Africa. So
Well, I don't know, because I mean, like when you read the documents from like George Washington, for instance, he got the land from the Sultan of Morocco. So, and we know that Morocco and West Africa wasn't established until the 1900s. So, I mean, like it kind of doesn't line up.
Morocco, they were the first country to recognize the United States as a sovereign state. There was the U.S. first real ally, and
Right.
um, they had a deal with the United States. This is
Mhm.
this is when Morocco. So we got to break this stuff down and put it in the real context. The reason why the U.S. gave Morocco any type of leeway was because over there in North Africa, you had those Moroccan pirates, those Barbary pirates, the Barbary wars were going on. And that was the entrance to Europe to trade. They needed those trade routes, the Straits of Gibraltar to go in between like Spain and Morocco. That's how you got to the Middle East and Europe and all these other places by ship in order to trade. The Moroccans and the Barbary and the Moors, they controlled that area by sea. They were kidnapping ships and holding them ransom. So the US had to make a deal with them. And part of the deal was that the Moroccans would let the US and their slave ships unhinged. They wouldn't mess with the slave ships. See, that's what I don't like about that whole deal. The Moroccans were kind of working with the US with the slave trade thing. That's why there were some people over here who got caught up in part of the deal. If they understood that they were from the Moroccan Empire, they would be let go. There was a guy in a book called A Prince Among Slaves. He was captured from the Moroccan Empire, brought over here and sold into slavery in Louisiana. A white guy recognized him who knew his family in Africa. They petitioned and got him his freedom. It took him a while to get freedom because he wanted to get his kids free too. So it was a lot of little stuff like that going on. But the only reason the US would even rock with Morocco like that was because Morocco and the Moroccan Empire had those trade routes locked up. Now that they don't really have those trade routes locked up, those little deals don't mean nothing no more. They don't give a damn about nobody being a part of the Moroccan Empire, and that's just um, it's just plebiscite babbling at this point because it's not. There's no power behind it because you got a lot of these dudes rocking these fezzes talking about they're sovereign, but their ass is sitting up in jail talking about they're sovereign. You know what I'm saying? So you got
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I think a lot of it boils down to issues with, like, say, the consular courts being disbanded by I think it was Roosevelt. But it's more to the story. I think also that we haven't really connected the pieces on, like the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, the Treaty of Madrid. I don't know. It's just a lot of interesting stuff. I think it definitely correlates a lot with what a lot of the things that you have exposed. But I feel like at the same time, it's certain things about who we are, i.e., the quote unquote black nobility, like that we don't really get a chance to speak about a lot. Like, because we know that we came from quote unquote kings and queens, but like when it comes to connecting those dots, a lot of times we don't really do that.
but as far as us being a part of that Moroccan Empire thing, because that's really the gist of a lot of the Moorish Science Simple stuff. And with them, it was so much janky stuff. In the 1940s, many of them were co-opted by the damn FBI. And
Right.
yeah, they were doing a bunch of janky shit. And they're still on. It's still a scam janky. We got to be very honest about that. So yeah, I don't co-sign none of that at all. But thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. It's somebody, you know what? Somebody had a post on TikTok and they said something very interesting. They were like, the problem really with white supremacy, it was really backed up by them Fez-wearing niggas. Now the guy kind of had a point. Now I don't take the eye off white supremacy. I don't take the eye off of him. But this brother really he kind of went deep, and he didn't go. He went deep, but the video wasn't too long. He was an older dude. He was like, "Man, we need to really look into the role of them fez wearing niggas and understand why we got caught up. It was them helping us get caught up because the white supremacists were powerless. It's them fez wearing niggas that we really got to look into." And the dude had a point. Let's get deep about that for a second, because see what happened in Europe. But how did the white supremacists come into power? The white supremacists started to come into power through Spain first. Always, if you get my book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter, talk about how modern white supremacy came out of Spain. They were the ones who had the first blood purity laws. I forgot what it's called. It's in my book. Sangra, something I forgot. I forgot. It was a they had the first blood purity laws there because you had those black Moors and black Jews up there too. When they had the Reconquista, the name of the game was getting them black Moors out of there and whitening up the country again because they realized that the black Moors and the black Jews, particularly the black Moors, were blackening up Spain. That's why Spanish people look the way they look. Spanish people used to look like Northern Europeans. They used to be blonde hair, blue eyed. And when the Moors occupied Spain 700 years, that changed the phenotype of Spain and Italy too, by the way, Southern Europe. But yeah, they turned the Spanish into basically a fixed mulatto race. And with the Reconquista, they were trying to whiten back up. So they were pushing the Moors out and They were exploiting their weaknesses. Their weaknesses were that they were splintered. You had different Moorish kingdoms throughout Al-Andalus, which was Spain. The Moorish name of Spain was Al-Andalus. So you had different fragmented kingdoms. So you had a bunch of dudes wanted to be bosses. Everybody wanted to be a king. So they were the Christian white supremacists were consolidating their power, wiping all of those little kingdoms out one by one. And the last stronghold was Isabella and Ferdinand, and they were cousins, but they had separate kingdoms. They consolidated their kingdom to get the last Moorish stronghold out. That was Boabdil in Granada. And once they got him out, it was a wrap. They started pushing those Moors into Africa, and they pushed them back down into Africa. So they'd been Islamized. They'd not been in Africa for centuries. So now they don't have any camaraderie with the Africans. They don't have any camaraderie with the other black people there. So they turned on the people in Africa. This is what John Henry Clark broke down to us. So those Islamized, Arabized black Moors went into Africa running roughshod. So they started to assist the white supremacists with getting people hemmed up, and we got to be very real. They were very instrumental in that. They were giving them a lot of information. Once they got defeated out of Spain, they were giving these white supremacists the maps. That's how Columbus got the maps over here. They got them from Moors. When they went and raided Granada and took over, remember, when you conquer a kingdom, you take all the wealth with you. That's why they had the money and the ships and the maps to get over here. They got all that from the Moors. And then and when you're defeated in war, yeah, I guess you got to go along to get along. Yeah, because the Moors did get defeated because the Moors was out there chasing all of that Hispanic cooch. That was one thing that weakened them. They chasing after them damn Spanish women and got them hemmed up. And niggas to this day still get hemmed up chasing after that Spanish woman cooch. So they would get these Moors and convert them to Christianity and get a lot of the knowledge from the Moors to use to strengthen white supremacy. But what they would do, they would create little secret societies like these Masonic organizations. They would put a lot of this Moorish knowledge that they got from Moors into these secret societies, these Masonic groups. That's why when you look at these Masonic organizations, these white dudes who are Masons, they have on fezzes. You understand what I'm saying? There's a reason why they be wearing them damn fezzes. Those Shriners be rocking them damn fezzes. So yeah, Google the father of pure Masonic thought. I want y'all to Google that name. It's Suleiman. It's a black dude. He was the one teaching. He was a Moor who was teaching these Europeans what Masonic ideology is supposed to be. They were getting a lot of this game from Moors. But Google that term, the father of pure Masonic thought. It was a black dude in, I want to say the 1700s. He was very popular. I want to say he was in Germany. So yeah, they were getting a lot of game from black people, particularly the Moors, you see. And when they came over here, it was the Moroccan Empire. Like I told the gentleman on the phone, they were the ones who formally recognized the US as a sovereign nation and they became an ally. They had their first treaty with the Moroccan Empire. And part of that deal was the Moroccan Empire would not impede on the slave ships. You dig? And part of the deal was if somebody was captured from the Moroccan Empire, you had to let them go. You dig? So real funny style stuff going on. So yeah, the more science simple stuff, don't co-sign that at all. Yes, because yeah, in the 1940s, with Noble Drew Ali after he died, I think he got killed or died. Was the 1920s or 30s? And there was some real funny style stuff going on with him. But in the 1940s, the they were using them more Science Temple dudes as FBI operatives. They got real janky. And even now, them dudes are FBI and federal informants and the whole nine. That's why you don't see a lot of them niggas really get anything popping. They don't really get anything done. So when you see organizations that's around or groups around and they don't really get shit done, there's nothing you can show that they got popping. What the hell are they around for? You know what I'm saying? Like the Nation of Islam, they've been around for a long time, but they got things popping. Farms, businesses. I go to the Nation of Islam bakeries out here all the time. They always got something popping. Yeah. Some of the Hebrew Israelite brothers, they got things popping. I give them credit. Well, some of them, some of those, because there's different factions of the Hebrew Israelites. Some of them got some stuff going on, even though some of the ideologies I may or may not agree with. But they got certain things popping. I can take my hat off to that. But Moorish Science Temple, they ain't got shit popping. They ain't got a goddamn thing popping. Let's keep it a buck. But a bunch of janky ass ops. You understand? Scamming, janky op niggas.